Students, Vaughn, Emma, Juji, Liam, Karen. They arrive early, time enough to snag a good seat, get ready, every day. Hannah, Moon, Shufen, Tu, Javier. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, how are you? I am fine, not bad, good. Nice to see you today. At City College of San Francisco, students learn English to talk to their children and grandchildren, to communicate with coworkers, for personal fulfillment, to enter a vocational program, to become US citizens, to get a better job, to enter a credit program, to go to a university. Warm-up conversation. Amy, how was your weekend? So-so. What did you do? Saturday I stayed home, cleaned my house. Sunday I went to Chinatown and bought some food. What did you do this weekend, Dan? I relaxed. My friends and I played soccer. It was a nice weekend. Students talk in groups, then report back to the class. Lucy worked. Shi Ping went to her cousin's birthday party. Matt watched the Warriors. Rebecca took her daughter to the movies. I asked what movie. Frozen. It was good. Sing King stayed home on Saturday. On Sunday, she went to church. Mandy paid her taxes. Adjectives, ed versus ing endings. Claudia tells the story of the pants. The problem with the pants was weak fabric, weak seams. So Ben reached up to write on the board and rip. Claudia makes a tearing sound, moves her hand like she's the one doing the ripping. Ben was so embarrassed. She laughs, a hand to her mouth, and finishes with a muffled, imagine your pants rip. So embarrassing. The future. Yen says, my husband will go to China for 5 months. I ask about Yen's plans while her husband is away. I am happy. I am free. Yen is short, thin, in her 70s. On Wednesdays, she gets her hair done at the salon. She likes cardigans, blue jeans, and black Chuck Taylor high tops. She continues, I will play ping pong every day with my friends. I will win. Yen reaches into her bag and takes out a paddle. Her face hardens. She swings her forearms, slicing the paddle through the air with a high follow-through. I tell her, topspin. She repeats, topspin. The new word gives her trouble. I make a poor attempt at imitating a ball increasing in speed after it hits the table, and I repeat, topspin. Yen shows off her form once more and makes a whoosh sound. Yen will dominate her friends at the ping pong table. Writing class. In February, love stories. The assignment surprises students. They aren't used to seeing the sentimental side of their teacher. To prepare, we read samples, truth and fiction. We have happy endings and sad ones too. After I collect their stories, I ask for volunteers to give the class an oral summary of what they wrote. I give them rationale. I hope to illustrate some differences between the written and spoken word. Isaac raises his hand. I was young, only 18, but I knew Nee for a long time. Maybe I loved her when I was younger, but by 18, no doubt. She was my neighbor and she loved me, but love is crazy. To marry for love, that's crazy. Of course, Nee married someone else. Well, life, you don't always get what you want, but I stay crazy and now I love my wife. I married the second love of my life. There, we have our happy ending. Simple past. Weigo says, I lived in Shanghai. I worked in a factory, steel factory. I wore a uniform. We made steel. Weigo was born in 1936. Before his first birthday, Japan invaded China. Next, World War II, Civil War, Mao. Weigo lived through famine and the Cultural Revolution. He is a large man who moves fast without rushing. He does calisthenics every morning. He walks to class and is always early. Weigo lives with his daughter and son-in-law, his grandson and granddaughter. He cooks for the family. He smiles when he says hello and again when he says goodbye. He writes in neat cursive with a steady hand and is always willing to help classmates who might not learn as quickly as he does. What can I possibly teach him? Jobs. Betty works at the airport. Ricardo is a cashier. Helen owns a laundromat. Sandy assists a fashion designer. Tin doesn't have a job, but on weekends she volunteers at her temple. Emelina is a housekeeper. Ruslana was a chemist in the Soviet Union. Josephine tells us she is a housewife. Cesar parks cars. Juana works in childcare. David is retired. He was an engineer. Dania is a handywoman. Fatima is a mother. Hui works in construction. Sylvia is an accountant. Ruby is a full-time student. Yenping is a home health aide. Elsa makes crepes. When I am speaking, Elsa pays strict attention and takes clear notes. She is good at catching and fixing her mistakes. She often laughs in class, but is never lackadaisical. She says, "When I came here, I made crepes for 8 years. The restaurant closed. I make crepes at a different restaurant now for 5 years. Someday, I will make crepes at my restaurant." Students ask me, "Do you like your job?" Of course. Why? I like words. I enjoy being in front of people. I love my students. When I see you, I see history. I see my family's story. You are essential to this country. The time goes. The class comes to an end. I say, "Good job, good work today." Students are up and out of their chairs, gathering books and bags. Annie sometimes volunteers to erase the board. The students catch my eye as they leave. Yulien, Christy, Akbar, Demet. Have a good day. Thank you. Goodbye. See you. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.